Hey everyone, I just got out of the shower. Today I'm going to be doing a Sunday reset. So I just got out of the shower because I had to film a video for a product trial. But today is mainly going to consist of just kind of planning for the week. It's already like 3 o'clock, so it's not fun. I decided to sleep in because pregnancy is not for the week, especially with twins. I have my planner and a couple other little planning things to write in. And then later I am going out to celebrate a birthday. But I also have a few other things, chores and stuff that need to be done around the house. I'll take you guys along for that. Tomorrow is actually Martin Luther King Day, so my husband has off, which is great. And this week's my birthday week. Friday is my birthday, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna maybe try a new place for my birthday, so I'll definitely record that. So I made these punch cards for both me and my husband. They're just super cute. I went on Canva and printed them out. But this is the most productive I have seen my husband. Like, look at this. I made one to clean up and he gets a full body massage and he's already done it 4 times. It's crazy. Trying to get him to do anything, but you know. But I made these cute ones for myself too, but they're pretty much just the ones from my resolutions. So of course I have like crocheting and reading and video games and other stuff, but I also have sell clothes, and then I can buy some more clothes because I'm on Poshmark trying to sell stuff. So far he's done more than I have, but you know. Okay, so part of my Sunday reset is I tried to clean. My room is a little bit of a wreck right now, so we don't really need to talk about that, but I'm organizing socks right now. I'm just going through some old ones that I don't need and then putting some new ones away. So I might be a weird one for doing this, or maybe I'm just like crazy, but so I like putting my socks that I've already worn in like a separate bin, and then like socks I haven't worn like yet in a different bin, so that way I'm like rotating socks rather than just wearing the same socks over and over again. I guess I'm gonna start doing the same thing with my longer socks too. So I honestly don't know why I have so many socks, but I do. And some of them are like cutesy like outfit socks, like some that you're actually gonna see on your feet type thing, but others I'm like, why do I have these? But the only ones I'm getting rid of are just the ones that are like way too tight on my feet, or like way too tight on my calves. I don't know, some of these socks I've had since like 6th grade, which was well over 15 years ago. So Sunday reset turned into Monday reset because I just got way too exhausted last night. And I didn't expect to be out as long as I was today. I had a doctor's appointment at 1:30 with the cardiologist. They suggested putting a heart monitor on, so that's what I'm doing. We're suspecting it's POTS, but it could be something else, so they're just double checking basically. And it's like, of course, because afterwards we went and got food, and then I came home and I started feeling like crap, and I'm like, great. Like, you never feel like crap or have symptoms when you go to the doctor's appointment. It's always like after. At first it was like my blood pressure was really high, and now it's like kind of low, and my heart rate just is out of whack. It's always like pumping really fast. And I'm talking like above 100 all the time, just literally consistently. Okay, so one of the very first things I'm gonna do is cut this out. So this is part of a book, but it's a book I've already read. So here's a picture of what I built last year. So I built a bookshelf, a tiny bookshelf, and I wanted to make tiny books that I finished to put on the bookshelf. I only got through one book last year, so this is the only one. But I am gonna cut it out real quick and make it into a tiny book. Okay, no, it's not the best, but it's super cute. Anyways, let me make sure it fits in here. It does. Look how cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's not gonna stay right now because that's the only book in there. But yeah, look how cute. Okay, it actually stays better on the top row, which is great because I'll just start there anyways. But yeah, super cute. Okay, so my next thing on the list for Grandpa and my daughter blank, but anyways, my next thing on the list is this weekly lesson plan for my daughter, because I think I'm gonna just go ahead and start teaching her things like kind of schooling stuff. I'm already on the fence about, public schooling. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start teaching her now, and then decide when she's old enough whether or not I want to send her to public schooling or not. I know private school is an option. I know there's like a hybrid homeschooling where she goes to school part of the week and then the rest of the week I teach at home. Not really sure what I want to do yet, so I'm just gonna start small. So what I have is I'm gonna do Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Friday is just gonna be like a kind of going out and learning outside the house kind of activity. Now the reason why I have two is because these boxes were actually kind of small. I found this template on Canva, but also I'm gonna do like the first half is like learning, the other half is like doing something outside, so like some more like interactive things. And then yeah, like I said, Friday will be like a trip, so like we can go to the park or we can go to like a museum. So I'm gonna figure out my plans for this week, but Friday is actually my birthday, so I don't know what all we're gonna be doing on Friday, so it might be a learning experience. I might just be having fun out. But again, it's just to test the waters. I'm not doing anything serious. I'm doing ABCs, numbers, and shapes. And then maybe animals, because she actually likes animals, so. Okay, so I had to take a little break. I had to take a shower and then put my daughter to bed, so. But I did end up finishing a lesson plan for my daughter. So mostly our goals are to learn just the first three letters, A, B, and C, confidently count and recognize 1 through 10. She's already got the concept down and she can count them. She knows the numbers, just not confidently. So work on that, learning shapes. We'll do some outside exploration, and we're gonna work on her speech a little bit because she still says some letters kind of funny. So, but I have a 9 a.m. start time for at least the schooling part. I said 8 a.m. for breakfast, but up until about noon. So, and then I just have a few activity ideas. And in my notes, I just, I'm not going to take it too seriously. I'm trying not to get frustrated. And it's okay if we need to go slower. If this is too much, then I can just push it back even more. Also, don't judge my handwriting. It's terrible, I know. So I actually have 2 more little planning things. This is for February, but I have a crafty planner and I have a content planner. So I'm going to add whatever ideas into these. Again, I found these on Canva, so they're on there. I just edited them and printed them out. I actually already filled out my planner for the week Saturday. Okay, so since I don't want to overwhelm myself, I am starting a little small. So I think I'm going to edit videos on the weekends just because that makes the most sense to me. I will post long form videos on YouTube on Mondays. I'm gonna add a social media account each week just to kind of test the waters here. I really like Lemon8. I don't know if many of you have heard of it, but it's kind of like a Pinteresty Instagram almost in a way. I'm gonna do those on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I will add Instagram to it because they're pretty much, again, the same kind of format, so I might do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays also. And the next week I'll add TikTok to Wednesdays and Fridays. And now I know a lot of the content will overlap, and anything I put, like any video form content that I post on TikTok might go to Instagram and Lemon8, but I'm going to also like focus and make sure that this is the main platform that I post on. As for my notes, I am just gonna plan weekly. I'm not gonna like overdo it. I'll just keep it simple first. I do have a few like product trials that are coming in, but I don't know when they'll be here. That's just kind of when they're mailed here, so I will just do those as they come in. I will also see what days are best because who knows, I might not even like the schedule, so this is just for 1 month. Okay, so for my crafty little planner here, again, starting small because I don't want to overwhelm myself. So here are my notes. I want to do one sewing fix a week. So that anything that needs buttons, any like patches that need to be sewn on, anything that has a hole in it, stuff like that. I just want to do a sewing fix a week so I can get I have like a stack of clothes that is overwhelming because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fix it, and then I never do. So I'm gonna do that once a week until I have none, and then if I have none, then I can change this whole thing up. So I have alternating between sewing, crochet, and knitting because I like doing all three, but obviously trying to do them all at once is overwhelming, and I don't want to like start something and then not finish it and then just move on to the next project. So I'm just gonna kind of alternate and then try to kind of fit them in each week. And then I have clay crafting, which is another thing I wanted to try, which is just like air dry clay, like oven made clay, stuff like that. Crafts for that I'm just gonna kind of throw in between for now. So for like the first week, I have like sewing fixes on Mondays. Just to go ahead and get that out of the way. Then I have start sewing project, and then I have clay, and then I have nothing here, clay, and then the weekends I still might keep open just for like editing purposes and just kind of chilling, because I can just kind of do that on my phone, not really worry about it. But on these empty days and on these clay days, it's just working on these projects. So if whatever, I get done with some clay stuff and I'm like, oh, I have time, then I'll go back to the sewing stuff. But these days are left open just so I can work on whatever project I'm working on. I have this little materials thing just in case I need any materials that I think of over the month, or if I look at the projects and I'm like, oh, I need this, or I need more yarn, or I need more fabric. I write it down here so I remember it. The good thing is I'm planning this early, so I don't have to like rush and figure it out when February comes. I just already have it planned out, so it'll be ready for me to go. The only thing now is obviously I need to think of what projects I'm going to be doing and when and how and why and all that stuff. But I mean, usually I could kind of figure out, hey, I want to do this on this day, and then it's really easy. I'm not really that hard. I kind of like trying different projects, so anything will do. Now, same with the content. The content might be a little bit harder to do, but obviously I will be showing like the crafty stuff that I'm doing and, some of the other things. But this is just kind of just a starter thing, just to get me going. Of course, I do want to start playing music again, and I might make a little calendar for that, and all of this will have to be rearranged eventually. And also, just with regular life stuff, like, getting food and showering and doctor's appointments, and yeah, February's gonna be a really busy month anyways, because we have my baby shower at the end of the month. So literally the last day of February 28th, we're having our baby shower for the twins. So the last thing on my reset list is to make a weekly meal plan. So I already missed today, so I'm not gonna worry about that. But I'm tired of waking up every morning and just asking my daughter what she wants, and then she doesn't know what she wants because she's only 2 and she doesn't know what we have. So I'm thinking if I go ahead and just pre-plan everything, then I won't have to worry about waking up, trying to decide what we want, and then we just kind of sit there and do nothing for hours at a time. Now, it has a little market list section, like a shopping list, but I already just use one on my phone that I like a lot better, so I'm probably not even going to worry about this section, unless I absolutely need it for like notes or any other stuff. Okay, so this week for food is probably going to be a little messed up because I want to go out for my birthday, and I also have a bunch of birthday freebies that I got in my email. I accidentally wrote it on the wrong day, even though I literally said, oh yeah, we skipped today, and then I wrote it here anyways. I don't know what's up with me, but anyways, so for her I have eggs with cheese and berries for breakfast, and then I have we had some noodles today, so I'll give her some leftover noodles and cheesesteak. Then for dinner's always very open-ended, right? So I'm just gonna leave it blank for now. Now for this will technically be Wednesday, I have pancakes and a yogurt pop. So the only way she'll eat yogurt is if it's frozen. I have like those push-up yogurt pop things, I don't know, but I froze them so she can eat them that way, and she likes it. Then I have chicken nuggets and fruit for lunch. Again, leaving dinner blank because I have no idea what we're doing for dinner this week. So this will technically be Thursday. I do have a smoothie maker that I just got, and it's freaking amazing. So, and she loves the smoothies. So I'm gonna make her smoothie and then just some toast, maybe like with some peanut butter, cinnamon on it. I gotta double check if we have mac and cheese, but I'm thinking about doing mac and cheese for lunch. And then I'm gonna make my own sweet potato fries because I have a sweet potato. I have yet to use it, so hopefully that's still good too. But I'm gonna make sweet potato fries, so I'm gonna do that. And then Thursday, or technically Friday, it's my birthday, so I'm gonna convince my husband to bring home donuts. So I'm gonna get donuts. But while we're waiting on him to get home, I guess I can give her just some cereal and milk. So that's all I have. And then again, weekends are more kind of open-ended. I don't really know if we're going out. I don't know what we're doing, which I know Saturday she's going to spend the night with her grandparents at her house, or at their house, so I'm not really worried about that. And then same with Sunday, she'll be there in the morning again, so dinner's kind of open-ended here for at least her. And now this meal plan is mostly for my daughter because I run out of ideas really quickly on what to give her. Now, she's actually been kind of experimenting with vegetables finally. I tried to give her a carrot today, and she, took it and was, tasting it, and then she's like, no, but she at least took it. She usually never tries anything, so this is, a step in the right direction, but I'm just gonna keep offering it to her. And I was thinking about getting, one of those little Snackle boxes that have been really popular recently. But I was thinking about getting that and just putting a bunch of things that she does like, and then maybe one or two new things to see if she'll just happen to eat it. Because the other day my husband was eating these mini corn dog things, and she was like, oh, bite, and me and my husband both know that she doesn't like them. So I was like, okay, I mean, you're not gonna like it, but she insisted, and she took it and she ate it, and we were like, since when do you like corn dogs? So I don't know, she's got a weird appetite, but I think she's willing to try new things, so that's good. Also, surprisingly, my daughter actually slept through the night last night all by herself without me in the bed, so that's a step in the right direction too. I'm finally having some hope that I'm gonna be able to sleep in the bed with my husband again, and definitely have some room for the twins when they arrive. So that's pretty much it for my Sunday reset. Nothing really special happened during these, but it's basically just kind of reorganizing my life and figuring out what the heck is going on each week. Just kind of taking it day by day too, but also not pushing myself too hard because I don't want to overwhelm myself with stuff that I don't even know is going to work out. Now, since I'm going to intend on waking up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, I probably should get to bed because, yeah, I gotta get up with my daughter, make the breakfast I just planned out. Oh my god, I'm getting heartburn like crazy. My next video will probably be for my birthday. Maybe I'll make a small update about how schooling is going and if it's actually working for us or not. But other than that, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. It's too late to be up this late. It's only 11 o'clock, but I say only, but that is pretty late for most people. But yeah, it's hard to go to sleep and stay awake, and it's hard to do anything with twins, honestly. So yeah, and I gotta somehow figure out how to sleep with this heart monitor on because I like to sleep on my stomach, which again, I know I'm pregnant, but I'm not big enough to not sleep on my stomach yet, so I will see you guys on my birthday. Bye!